As councillor, I will utilize my style of collaboration and consensus building and work alongside my council colleagues to achieve a vision focused on the common prosperity of our community. I believe I have the energy, enthusiasm, and experience for the opportunities and challenges in Ward 2 and town-wide. I am in tune and in touch with all major projects and stakeholders, and I have experience with the issues currently facing our town. There are many important initiatives already underway in this term, and I am the candidate who can hit the ground running mid-stride. I have a relationship and mutual respect with municipal staff, committees and boards of the town, and counterparts throughout the region. This doesn't just happen overnight by being elected. This happens over years by being involved at the municipal level. I've been privileged to represent the town at meetings with cabinet ministers, fulfill the role of acting mayor when dignitaries have visited our community, and have worked alongside several members of the current council on various projects and initiatives. I look forward to lending my experience and assisting my colleagues where able. Council is a team effort. Having served Ward 1 for 4 years, I'm very familiar with the demographics, landscape, and issues facing Ward 2. These adjacent wards have much more in common than they ever could in contrast. I learned a tremendous amount during my time as a councillor and thoroughly enjoyed serving our community in this role. I was most proud of the day-to-day things that never make the newspapers, meeting with constituents about the problems they face and finding solutions to them at Town Hall. I was very successful in navigating process and procedure, exploring options, and arriving at solutions to benefit those who enlist me for my assistance. And that's what the role of councillor is, helping people. Municipal politics is the grassroots level of civic involvement. It is the level of government that most impacts lives directly, and I never have and never will take that for granted. I further ideas and causes that I believe in. I fight for them tirelessly. I speak with clarity when I'm not all stuffed up and on medications. And I never lose sight of goals, no matter what the obstacles are. I debate with respect, and I always run a clean campaign, because you never know when you may end up working alongside a past opponent. You won't receive a phone call from any member of my team during this campaign disparaging one of my competitors. I believe if you can't win a race based on your own merits, you shouldn't be running in the first place. I'm a collaborator who has built partnerships to achieve common goals, and I effectively communicate the concerns of others. I view council chambers as an arena of ideas, and Town Hall as a place where residents should always feel that their concerns are being addressed and, most importantly, being considered. I always listen to what people have to say and never try to tell them what it is I think they want to hear. I'm the candidate most up to speed on where we are, where we need to go, and what we need to do to get there. Almost made it. I put my name forward with the best of intentions and a sincere desire to serve our community once again. I stand before you with the commitment to put every ounce of my energy, every element of my enthusiasm, and all the knowledge of my experience into this position. It would be my privilege to serve the constituents of Ward 2 and the residents of this great community, my hometown, as a councillor once again. Thank you for coming this evening.
I'm glad to live in Fort Erie. I see a lot of people living right. To me, that means helping others, expecting nothing in return. No publicity, no financial gain, no title. It's my duty to do that too, and I do live right. That's how I've lived this last term, and that's how I plan on continuing this term coming forward. As a father of 4 children in local schools, I have the team of the toughest critics to live with. And like many of you, I am not a politician. I don't have a brain full of catchphrases, and I can't do a polished delivery as well as many politicians. I, like you, choose to do the right thing, struggle to get by, and hope for improvement. Good night.
This is the the town I've done a lot of work for. I've volunteered for bingos, for Cope, the Multicultural, and for the Black Creek Community Center. You've heard of a place called Camelot? This was a beautiful kingdom, someplace in the British Isles, King Arthur, round table, and everybody was happy and having a great time. Well, we don't live in Camelot. We live in a place called Scamelot. This is the Republic of Fort Erie. We do not obey anybody's laws. The Ontario government has a thing, it's called the Ontario Municipal Board. We don't listen to them either. We have a thing called the Municipal Act, and we have a thing called conflict of interest. And our friend Passero, he voted to give himself $1,700 for a trip that is unauthorized to take in Toronto, and he voted on it. Then, a thing called breach of trust. That's when you divulge sensitive, privileged information to a third party outside of council. That third party was Dim Whitfield. They got a patsy. So they went and they got financing from about 4 or 5 rich members of the Chamber of Commerce, and they put a lawsuit against 4 honest men on council. We now have a council that are clueless, absolutely clueless. They haven't a clue what they're doing. I want you to vote me. If you vote me in, at least I could be like a father to these kids, because they don't have a clue what they're doing. So I'm asking you, vote for me. I know this town inside out, and you know I will always tell the truth. I don't have to answer to anybody. My wife has passed away. My kids have fantastic jobs, and I'm called a spade a spade. So we have to get away from this breach of trust thing, because if you're found guilty, and I've seen the transcripts, and you all, if you've got a computer, you can find the transcripts. The breach of trust is telling an outsider about a buyout agreement of a lawyer. This lawyer was incompetent. She couldn't even she was more than incompetent. She couldn't even make a presentation to the Ontario Municipal Board. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to do that. She had to get another lawyer to help her. Now that's bad. Then she stonewalls council, and you can't get any answers. We also get an EDTC who's had about $12 million, and we haven't got a damn thing to show for it. If I would get on council, I'd make damn sure we get rid of that sucker as fast as we can. Anyway, I will tell you, I'm sick and tired of seeing good, honest working people not getting credit for the work that they did. Town Hall was paid for by money that was scammed and skimmed off bingo license. They put an illegal surtax on bingo licenses, $65. 5 sessions, 4 bingo halls, that was millions of dollars that was robbed from all the volunteer people in this town. Knights of Columbus, Black Creek Association, Cope, all these people helped pay for that town hall. Your taxes didn't, but they were scammed. Thank you. I need your vote. I know you're probably not going to vote for me because you don't like the truth, but the truth is the truth. Thank you.
Mr. Moderator, ladies and gentlemen, fellow candidates. First, let me say I appreciate the Chamber arranging this all-candidates night. Thank you. Just last weekend, I was at Town Hall to observe the councillors and senior town staff work through the first stages of a strategic plan for the next 4 years. While I wasn't able to contribute to the discussion or share my thoughts and ideas, with your support, I'll get my chance after March 30th. Some of their focus includes issues I identified in my flyer, I am therefore looking forward to participating in upcoming public workshops to get feedback and input from people like us. I also want to hear from local business owners. Wouldn't it be nice to know why they set up shop in Fort Erie? And once we know that, we can go after other businesses and let them know why they should be here in Fort Erie. Some areas of focus for Ward 2 and for the town include completing the neighborhood plan for Ward 2 so we know where the new housing projects and parks are going to be. This includes finding a developer to purchase and develop the former County Fair Mall property. A big one is health care. We have to ensure we have a state-of-the-art urgent care center to look after all of us. And we need to show our support for the South Niagara Hospital plan. We need to have a waterfront strategy to encourage development, such as a marina, to attract tourism, and to have open access to our wonderful beaches. We need to resolve border slowdown issues to improve traffic flows to our bingo halls, our golf courses, the live racing horse track, our museums, and historical sites. And of course, the Chinese restaurants in the South End, just to name a few. We need to have identified industrial land that is truly shovel-ready. We need to foster a getting-it-done attitude to be successful in acquiring new investments and ensure projects such as the Canadian Motor Speedway get built. As your councillor, I promise to listen. With strong two-way communications, I will ensure I listen to you to let your viewpoints be heard. I promise to bring my financial expertise to council with a focus on holding the line on taxes. I promise to provide trusted leadership and put my experiences and skills to good use. I promise to meet your needs. My most important job as your councillor is to ensure your individual needs and concerns are acted upon and acted upon quickly. I have the proven experience. My background, my life experiences, and my involvement in town government has given me an understanding of the issues. I'm committed to Fort Erie. I have years of community involvement as a volunteer and as a leader with organizations such as Kinsman, the Legion, and the United Way. I also volunteer to help individuals complete their personal tax returns. I work with the Salvation Army with the food truck, the Kinsman Gift of Love program. These are just some of what I do. As I said earlier, you may not see me in the paper very often or at public events. Much of what I do is not done in the public eye. I do it my way to give back to our community. To do that, I need every one of you to get out to the polls and vote for Larry Graber. I will very much appreciate your support. Thank you.
That brings to a close our all candidates night this evening. Thank you to the 4 candidates. Passion comes out anytime that you get a microphone with people, and anytime that we come together, we appreciate the passion that comes out. So thank you very much, gentlemen. A reminder, election is the 30th of March with advanced polls on the 19th, the 20th, and the 21st. We appreciate Fort Erie Secondary School and allowing us to utilize the facilities here tonight. Marcus Antea. Marcus is back there somewhere from Pandora Productions. Thank you, Marcus. Appreciate it. Over there, thank you. Trent Matthews of Answers Computer Services somewhere. Thank you. If you want a recap of this evening's events, it'll be on the Chamber Facebook site in the next little while. Thank you to the Chamber's Business and Government Affairs, and who else is here? Anyone else that need? Rick, anybody else I'm missing? Good to go? Bullet News. That's why I asked. Thank you very much. Bullet News, thank you for your sponsorship and attendance this evening as well. Get out and vote. Drive home safe. Candidates, there's a picture opportunity that we'd like to take beforehand. Good night.